there's a rumor that's going around that honestly is just so interesting to me that perhaps Konami is currently working on a full-blown remake of the original Metal Gear Solid, but exclusively for the PlayStation 5. And I want to talk about where this rumor came from, why it is that people are talking about it so much, and if we might see it this week. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, I do want to make it very clear, there have actually been some leaks and discussions about the idea of a original Metal Gear Solid remake going on for about 2 or 3 years. And I think that a lot of the skepticalness of this idea is that until recently, Konami really hasn't been making much. Truly consider it. Sit here for a second and think about all the games that Konami has released in the last decade. We had Metal Gear Solid Survive. Let's see, we had a bunch of collections of stuff like things like Ninja Turtles coming back. We had a collection of Castlevania games. We had old school re-releases of stuff like Contra. But actually new, big budget, AAA projects, Konami hasn't done much until this recent revamp of Silent Hill. I mean, in the last 2 months, suddenly Konami has come out with a bang and announced like 10 different games. And that on its own is very cool. I'm very excited about Silent Hill coming back in such a big way. But also, it's making me sort of reanalyze those classic rumors of the Metal Gear Solid remake. But today, let's take a look at this article over here on PlayStationLifestyle.net. You can see the title, Metal Gear Solid Remake exclusively in development for the PlayStation 5. Now, I already read this article. It's very clear by the tone of it that the author of this article doesn't seem to really believe these rumors. But let's take a look at it. The rumor is that there is an exclusive Metal Gear Solid remake that is currently in the works for the PS5. You'll be forgiven for being confused between all the Metal Gear Solid remake rumors. So here's a brief refresher. There's reports that indicate that Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is being remade, and there is good reason to believe that might be true. There's been a lot of assets and stuff that have come out that seem to definitely signal the fact that Metal Gear Solid 3 is either getting a full-blown remake or a very, very deep, intensive remaster. But this new latest rumor, courtesy of the Spanish site AreaJugones, claims to be about the fact that the original Metal Gear Solid is being remade for the PlayStation 5. Now, I actually decided to take a look at their website itself. It does seem a little bit shaky. It does seem a little bit strange if this is real or not, but they're basically inside their article. They're like, all right, hey, we talked to some people. They talked to us and they said that possibly we could be seeing the Metal Gear Solid remake at the Game Awards as a big shocking tease. So going back to this, should we expect to see it? According to them, the Metal Gear Solid remake has been in development for a number of years, and like the Demon's Souls remake that we got for the PlayStation 5, it's going to be completely rebuilt for this new console. The website's source claims that the game should be announced soon, causing them to pull the trigger. The website states that it didn't want to sit on this information in case the remake gets announced at the Game Awards. I guess they don't want to have any regrets. Personally, I'm having a hard time believing their report. While it's true that Konami has plans to revive its prized IPs and has finally announced the long-rumored Silent Hill projects, a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake is more likely than a remake of the original PS1 game. It seems like their report lacks any good details. It's basically just a case of trust me, bro. If we're being brutally honest here, it does feel like a lot of these rumors of the Metal Gear Solid remake are very paper thin of it just randomly showing up before the end of the year, but I can't help but be extremely excited. Mostly because, honestly, even if it turns out to be a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, that's still one of the best freaking action games of all time. Whether it is freaking Metal Gear Solid 1 or 3, it's a huge freaking win. But additionally, I guess there's been a lot of psychological studies about the idea that humans very much love a big comeback story. We really empathize with the underdogs. We want to see someone rise from the ashes and reinvent themselves. I have to admit, I kind of want to see Konami make a good Metal Gear Solid remake. I think it would be so incredibly cool if Konami manages to get their developers that have kind of just been chilling out to completely make a game. I mean, I'm kind of just curious if this turns out to be real. Is this an internal development team? Did they decide to hire somebody the same way that the freaking Silent Hill games that are being made now? Because there's 5 separate Silent Hill games in development. A lot of them are different studios that have just been contracted and given the IP. Who in the world could even make a Metal Gear Solid remake to live up to the potential, the hype, the fun of the original? And more than that, are they going to bring back the original voice actors? Are we going to get David Hayter returning as the original Snake instead of the people that replaced him in the freaking Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain? Even the idea of this gets me so genuinely excited. I do think that the idea of it being a PlayStation 5 exclusive is still, it's one of the things that I'm the most on the fence about when it comes to the details of this rumor, is that honestly, as much as the PlayStation 5 is selling, as much as the PC and sales and Steam are blowing up, Steam Deck is blowing up, Xbox Series X is blowing up, whenever I hear about an exclusivity contract, I'm mildly more doubtful. If it does turn out this is exclusive, then it means this Konami contract is crazy, because Silent Hill 2 is already going to be exclusive to the PlayStation 5. If it turns out that honestly we're about to see this, if we're about to see an exclusive Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 5, then I'm definitely going to believe those other rumors that they're apparently working on a revamp of Castlevania. If all of this stuff, if Konami just goes full exclusive second party to the PlayStation 5, it's going to be a very interesting console generation. But what do you guys think? Does this seem real to you? Does this seem fake? Does this seem exciting? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Honestly, the fact that we have pachinko machines for Metal Gear Solid 3 that have better cutscenes than the actual Metal Gear Solid 3, if nothing else, that is a great universal excuse to finally actually remake this game for realsies. Konami, do it. Sell it. Make that money. Get that cheddar. Is that a term? Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.